Retorne em busca da cura ainda. Olha isso aqui. Vamos retornar. Eu tenho que mexer algumas coisas pra ver como é que fica. Diferente, né, velho? Pra semana tem jogo novo, não sei que jogo vou jogar. Quero jogar um jogo diferente, né? Vou dar uma descansada de jogos de modo história. E eu acho que eu vou bastar aquele jogo mesmo. Aquele Lego, velho.
Dad, what's wrong? Dad?
Tá morrendo.
Scared? Dr. Baishu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baishu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Kui, please take Jia Liang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baishu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again.
Espero que talvez da manhã do próximo dia. Amanhece. Já tava no próximo dia, né? Então.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but
Será que ele
somehow I
passou a
feel
força
even better than
dele
usual.
de novo pro cara?
Wait, where's Dr. Baishu? I still haven't had a chance to thank
Alguém
him.
aprontou, hein?
Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row.
Acho que ele tá morrendo.
I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baishu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baishu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again. Do you think he...
Dá uma ferida.
Huh? Hey, wait up!
Já vai direto. Não preciso fazer nada. A cobra tá feia ainda. Vamos ver.
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baishu's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Tudo bem.
wasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baizhu! Changsheng!
Vocês estão bem?
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs. Though it was created from God remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Então é por isso que o Jiangling fez isso?
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiang Li has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiang Li has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Destino?
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiang Li is. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
Quem está aí? Olha ele ouvindo tudo. Cura.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiang Li's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Amigo, você não tá nem se aguentando aí.
Be careful. If you you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and
Nossa, a
rest.
cobra aí.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
Ih, rapaz. Ah, não, que é isso? Quem é essa? Quem era aquela?
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and one
Quem era
dose
aquela?
each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baiju, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Concluído com sucesso. Fórmula de Milagre. Lá na vila. Bora, né? Essa cobra aí eu tenho que ver depois. Ele também tá de boa, né? Mas essa cobra tá me dando agonia, né? Ela não tá nem desenhada. É a qualidade, né? Então tem que fazer.
That strange feeling is
Já
back.
anoiteceu.
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way.
Será que vai ter treta aqui? Deixa eu ver aí.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Tô seguindo, vambora. Tô mais rápido que você, tá
I
vendo?
feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way.
Tô calmo. Rapaz. Mas aqui mora perto daqui também não vai ser uma coisa ruim não, hein?
Familiar. I think I've been
Ih,
here
vai
before.
ser aqui que a gente vai entrar. Já foi, tá? Nossa, isso aqui é uns 30
There is
minutos.
an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
Auspiciosa.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going.
Ou se
Joey
faça
is
de
still waiting
durão,
for me.
amigão.
Then let's hurry.
Aqui já estamos acabando já. Aí isso aqui, qualquer coisa que corta lá, né? Isso vai demorar um pouco. Ele quer um outro elemento, né? Eu não tenho muitos personagens fortes do outro elemento que tá pedindo ali. Ele quer desse aqui, eu não vou levar. Me refuso. Eu tenho um elétrico pra cacete, é o mais que eu tenho. Só tenho 4 de gelo. Não, 5, né? De gelo. Não, 6. Tem mais 7 de gelo. Fogo só tem 2, 3. É. Eu tenho essa aqui, não gosto. Tem muitos personagens aqui. Tava spamando ela e ele. Tem que upar a Mona ainda. É. Vai assim. Vamos assim, não dá nada.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
Tô
The
aqui,
digging
pai.
marks
Tá
here
tranquilo.
appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel.
Olha o óculos dele.
A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility.
É uma
But why did they
possibilidade.
abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to, curses. Why can't I remember what she said?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Vamos continuar. Olha, agora a gente tá usando ele. E a cobra aqui. Ah, agora eu consigo ver a cobra. Ficou bem. Pô, só esse zoom, essa cobra ainda continua branca, né? Ficou estranho. Tô falando, tá estranho demais. Ele eu não gostei não, ele é um mago. Olha o cara da frente dele aí. Tá mirando aonde?
Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow.
Tá, chega.
Everyone hold his.
Aí, ó, vamos tomar e nem sabe por quê. Olha, faz um combinho.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
Eu não vejo nenhum pó na superfície do incensário. É o incenso, né? As marcas de queimadura do interior ainda estão frescas. Não acho que isso foi deixado aqui pelos ladrões de tesouro.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiangli was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiangli. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiangli to give me the poison.
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
Siga para as profundezas. Deixa eu ver aqui. Pera aí, esse aqui. Não tem nada apertado. Ele ia fazer a animação, não ia? Ele ia. Tranquilo. Tranquilo, né? Tem muita coisa aqui do que ver.
I can feel it. We're getting close.
Percebi, eu posso sentir, estamos chegando.
It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Todo esquema, hein? Todo esquema.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Você fala pra caramba, hein, tá? Vai ter um mecanismo aqui, né? Tá, isso aqui se mexe? Só dá pra ir pra ali. Esse negócio aí, sabe que tem que quebrar? Nossa, a gente não faz nem cota, seguidor aí.
Paimon doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here. There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
O mecanismo não pode ser empurrado? Oxi. E chegar atrás dele é que vai. Todo esquema, hein? Direita e esquerda, direita não tem nada. E amiguinhos, vou marcar vocês aí. É. E aí, amiguinho?
Taking a turn for the better. A bitter pill to swallow.
A ult dele... Eu não gostei muito dele não, velho. Morreu. Não fiz nada, certo? Não fiz nada, ele só morreu. Ativar a porta. Tem que pôr ali é por aqui. Porra. Tudo tranquilo, né? Nada de tão preocupante. Ué, eu tenho que voar até o final, não posso ativar, não é? Tem que pegar esse daqui. É você que tá por cima, né? Ou coroa? Foi longe isso. Foi longe. Descer? Já descer. Ih, é o carinha lá que já tá... Ai, vai ser 5 minutinhos. Aí fica os 30 minutos de coisa. As linhas. Quando tá mais escuro, tá aparecendo as linhas. Agora tá com mais detalhe, ó. Da cobra. Eu ainda tô com essa mulher no cangote, né? Atualizou agora, né? Eles só tirar ela. Mas não falando nada aqui. Dá pra botar vários. Eu boto aqui. Botar o violão. Vou botar ela. Cadê meu bichinho? Dá pra botar meu bichinho com troca áfrica. Da foto só esse daqui. Tem dois, né? Vou botar os dois. Confirmar. Ah, deixar apertado em troca. Tá, vamos terminar tocando. Não posso usar no domínio tocando música. Tá rolando demais, né?